Hi, internet.
You know
Um,
what's so
I
great?
have a, I do have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Is your microphone connected to
It
stream also?
is! That's what I was about to say was so great.
Oh my
Last
God,
week, for
same
everybody
thought.
on the internet that watches this but didn't watch last week, which is so few people, my microphone was disconnected for a full 15 minutes at the start.
Yeah. Um, it was
The
a bad stream
video
anyways.
is crazy.
Ooh.
I guess I'm Wingsum.
Oh, I guess I'm wingy, I guess.
And this is Roll Me a Hero. And every week we draw something vaguely D&D related that we randomly rolled.
Sometimes I just draw an animal instead.
And that's it. That's all you need to know. Most of the time you just draw an animal. I don't know what you're talking about.
Unless it's a humanoid that's an animal. Then I draw the humanoid that's an animal.
Isn't that just still an animal, my dude?
I guess, but then I actually draw the characters sometimes, and we can all be
Okay.
thankful for that.
Okay. Incredible. This week we're drawing a kalashtar, arcane archer, smuggler. Um, should we assign stats first, or do we want to try and get a name first this time? Spice it up, switch it
What's
up.
gonna be more? What's gonna be more cursed?
Cursed?
I
Anytime we
mean, the
try and get
name,
a name, it's
obviously.
cursed. Let's do the stats first. I think the 17. Do we want to make them a dex fighter because they're ranged? That feels right.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, you think they're gonna melee? They're gonna strength attack with a bow and arrow? I mean, I guess some of them have strength requirements, but like,
Well, some of them are, if they're considered a finesse weapon, then you can use strength also. So
interesting.
finesse weapons aren't just dex-based weapons. They're weapons that can use strength or dex.
Guess
Anyways,
who's here?
it's
He's
got to
here.
be Harold.
Yeah, he's gonna make noises now.
That's fine. Um, what do we think? What do smugglers need?
Um, I mean Dex, so they can sneak.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay, but
charisma,
charisma, do you think? We could throw
just in
the
case they get caught, right?
13 in charisma. And then I'm thinking maybe the 12 in wisdom so that they can percept things.
Oh, this is a bad spread. Oh, hello.
I feel
We
like the
just
11 has to go to con.
we can't. Yeah, and then negative strength, negative the other one.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Incredible. Okay,
Ooh, that feels bad though. That
what do
feels bad.
what do Kalash target as bonuses? Okay, their charisma increases by 1 and their wisdom increases by 2. Interesting.
So then they both end up with a well, so they end up with a 14 in Wiz and charisma then. Alternatively, here's what I think we should maybe actually do is put that 13 on intelligence, put the 9 on charisma. Because if they're a smuggler, they're hopefully not talking to people that much. And then the
Yeah,
9
I don't
becomes a
think they're the
10.
front man of this, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So the 9 becomes a 10.
that's perfect. You're so smart. Look at us go.
Very smart. We both
The
have
wisdom is
what?
still a 14, right?
Wisdom would be a 14, con would be an 11, strength would be a 9. And this continues with the tradition of me always giving strength as a dump stat.
That was a horrible noise. I'm so sorry, internet.
Wow. Incredible.
Should we name this
Honestly,
person?
maybe not the worst.
I think
Guess we should
this today is the day. Today is the day we make an actually playable character on this fucking stream for the first time in like 3 months. Okay. Woo.
You
What do
say
we?
that like it's a long time, but we don't actually stream that often. So it's
Okay, look. How about for the first time in like 12 characters? How's that, huh?
that sounds
Um,
better. Okay.
fuck. Sorry, dropping things.
Okay, we did talk
Um,
about making this an Asian.
yes, we just said maybe East or South Asian because those are the only 2 cultures that I have some idea about what the clothing is. Just
Oh my
showing my whole ass
god.
on the internet. Not that I know tons of East Asian names.
I also don't know tons of East Asian names. We could go for like I feel like there's like lots of East Asians in America named like Alice, you know? Like that kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah, like Alice or Sarah.
Yeah.
Hannah's a big popular one too. I think
Hannah
because
is a
there's a
big popular
Korean
one.
name that is close to Hannah, and I
Unfortunately, I do know Asians with all three of those names that I am friends with.
interesting. Well, the thing is that I know so many Sarahs. There wouldn't really be. It can't be that specific because they are all named Sarah, bitch.
That's fair. Okay.
Shh, 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 shh. OBS, it's
What?
okay.
Okay,
Sorry,
I was
what?
like, why are you shushing me? What did I say?
We just made incredible generalizations about East Asians in America.
I mean,
What do the
listen.
Chinese go for? Sarah is really popular. Sarah, Alice, Hannah.
Mm,
Julie.
sorry. I just Julie like in Cora.
No, we can't do that. Do we want to give them like a nondescript name or
It's fantasy. We can give them
like
whatever
a
fucking
sexy
name we
fantasy
want.
name?
Here's the deal. If we try and give them a sexy fantasy name that's also East Asian, it's gonna be just bad.
Oh,
Um,
you don't like a little Oriental flavor?
I that was nope. I
Did you
actually don't
like
like that.
did you like
I
the noise I just made into the mic?
It was actually unpleasant. Is what I'll say about that.
Ooh, they have a new section called Cerberus names.
Oh, on fantasynamegenerators.com?
Yeah, fantasy name generators, you guys, has dropped a few new categories. There's a plague doctors category. Hello?
We must do a plague. Hello. Wait, I don't know if this is new, but they have one that's parentheses heroic horse names.
Hold on. We're definitely gonna pull a name from the heroic horse names. Galadriel is just straight up from fucking Lord of the Rings. What? Hold
Sun
on.
Sparks.
One of
Sun
these is
Sparks.
no, one of these is Jessica. Can we call her Jessica?
I hate that. Let's call her Jessica. What if we call her Shade Ranger?
Jessica Shade Ranger? That feels good.
Shade Ranger is her like code name in the operation.
Oh my god, you're right, because she's a shadowy ranger. Shade Ranger.
Yeah, she's an arcane archer.
What last name should we give her? Of the
Please
three
no.
available Chinese last names.
We are making so many. Oh my god.
We're making so many off-color jokes about our own culture. Incredible. We're allowed to do that though. Fan, Lee, Zhao, Jessica Zhao gives that nice
Yeah, the
alliteration.
alliterative sound. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, am I drawing first or are you drawing first?
Um, this is a great question.
Do you want to put yourself out of your misery first, or do you want me to?
Yeah, let's
me to
do
start?
that. Let's
Okay.
do it. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, here we
I
go.
guess.
What's up, Stream Egg?
I drew Stream Egg real big and wonky today.
He's kind of giving me pew pew cowboy energy. Is that the goal?
That was the goal. I was thinking about drawing a cowboy hat, and then we didn't have a lot of time, and then I went, nope, better bail on that idea.
Proud of you for doing the bare minimum. Congratulations.
I know. I'm not asked to draw a stream egg every week. I do it because I choose to. Um,
No, truly nobody asked you to.
okay. Or okay, I already told you I'm drawing a bean person. You can't stop me.
I wasn't gonna try to. I don't know why you've assumed that I would try
I
to.
do think that she has bob with bangs. I don't make the rules. Um,
That just is the goodest edgy Asian look. Just an angular ass bob.
yeah. I'm probably gonna give her a very uncomfortably long neck for you, just FYI. And I can already see that it's tilted. You don't need to yell at me.
I'm not. Nobody's yelling.
Everybody's yelling. Okay. Um, do I give her like the noodle arms? Do you know
Yes.
what I'm talking?
Do whatever you gotta do to make your life easier, you know?
Noodle arms it is.
Oh my god,
This
what
neck
is this
is way too
pose?
long.
What is this pose?
Neck is too long. She's an archer, right?
Yeah, but where was the arm going? Oh, to get an arrow. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I
I
think
could
that
also
when
not
you.
do that.
No, no, no. I think that when you grab an arrow, the elbow is actually more straight up than out to the side, like you're doing the Macarena.
Oh, like here?
Yeah, so if you try to put your arm back to grab an arrow from your quiver, like literally physically try it right now. It's like a tricep stretch. Yeah. Okay,
Difficult.
I'm gonna click away from your drawing. So this is your chance to do something wild while I explain the stats that we've just drawn out.
Why are we clicking away from my drawing?
I'm click no 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 no.
Oh,
I
oh, I see.
personally am clicking away from the screen that has your drawing on it
So
so that
I
I
can
can
do
explain the
insane
stats.
shit.
Yeah, I won't say
Excellent.
anything about it for the next like I don't know 15 minutes probably. So you do what
Excellent.
you gotta do.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Which is always frankly visually challenging. Um,
Only for you.
I think there's like a whole thing with some like inner like spell person for kalashtar, but I think we might need to ignore that for my sanity.
Inner what?
Don't worry about it. Basically, kalashtar are human with a little spice flavor on top. Okay.
Spicy. Okay.
Um. Oh, interesting. You have advantage on all wisdom saving throws as a kalashtar.
Okay.
That's kind of
I've
hype.
re
I think wisdom saving throws are the most common saving throw for spells in
Is
D&D.
it
That
all
sounds
wisdom
correct.
saving throws? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's
Because
kind
if I,
of busted, honestly.
well, because I've been watching The Unsleeping City again, and they give Pete advantage on wisdom saves against being charmed, and nothing else. So they must have
They may
changed
have
it.
homebrewed it. This one says all wisdom saving throws.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
insane.
that feels like too much to me, but you go, girl. Slay. Um,
No, absolutely not. I hate that. I
the
hate
kids
that
in
you
my
just said
dance group, my undergraduate dance group, God bless them. Some of them say that's a slay now, which is insane.
what the fuck. My
That's a
God.
slay. I also was recently featured on their Be Real timelines. Have you been introduced to this form of social media?
Yeah, someone I was getting like lunch with somebody and they're like, "Can I put you in my Be Real?" And I looked them dead in the eye and said no.
Oh my god. Because I didn't say no, and what happened is two of the most incredible photos I've ever seen in my life of me looking just so skeptical straight into the camera. I'll show you later. It's incredible.
Oh my God.
Great. I'm so glad that we broke our stream to discuss that for just a moment.
Honestly, at least we're talking about something. Am I right or am I right?
At least we're talking about something that isn't Pokemon, you mean?
I was gonna ask you about that later today. Don't worry.
Because I have thoughts about Pokemon. And they need to be heard, bitch.
Is it about the new trailers? Or is this
Yeah,
about
although
something
I'm not
else?
caught up on the trailers, so don't ask me too many questions about it.
That's
Uh,
fair.
Anyways, Kalashtar also have this thing called Mind Link, which is super hype because it's basically the message cantrip, but you don't have to burn an action for it, as far as I can tell.
It's honestly, it's unclear to me.
Yeah, you could speak
It says you can use your
telepathically.
action. You can use your action to give the creature the ability to speak back to you, I think. I think you can
For
speak to them
one
regard.
hour, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
So
if
you
you
could
do
just
that
like do it.
before you enter a situation,
Yeah.
provided the creature is within a number of feet of you equal to 10 times your level. That's pretty good.
And like realistically, I'm not going to care about the number of feet.
Yeah, me personally, as a DM, I'll let you talk to anybody. I don't give a fuck.
It's more fun because we always fuck things up more when we talk to people,
Yeah,
you
I've
know?
never, I've only DM'd for fuck ups before. And in my experience, the D&D party actually does worse when they speak to other people.
It's hard.
Her
Mostly because I don't think any of us are good at speaking in real life, in real
incredible
human life.
in real human life. They also don't dream, but I don't care about that. So they are immune to magical spells and effects that require you to dream, like the dream spell, but not to effects that put you to sleep, like the sleep spell, which is such a
Oh, interesting.
strange. Yeah, it's an interesting.
It's an interesting concept. I just don't care enough.
Yeah, that's exactly it, isn't it? Um,
It's just like a part of D&D I don't give a shit about, you know?
I absolutely do know.
I have a
Yeah, I
question. Are
think
we
they
giving
have
them a
like a
regular ass
separate.
bow and arrow? Sorry.
You could give them a regular ass bow and arrow. You could give them a fancy bow and arrow too. I remember that one like warlock or whatever I gave like a ship bow and arrow.
Yeah, I just don't really have enough brain power to make it fancy. You feel?
That's fine.
I
I
think.
might fancy it up. I hope you're okay with that.
Well, no, I want to make it fancy, but I also can't draw a human and make the weapon fancy. So, can I give it little dot eyes? I'm giving her dot eyes.
Yo, you do what you gotta do, you know?
Hi, Jessica. Here are your dot eyes.
The fact that we named her Jessica Jones is hilarious to me. Or Jessica Jow. Because I think
What's
there is a
Jessica
Marvel
Jones
character
from?
named Jessica Jones.
Okay, cool. I was like, I know that's from something. I don't know what that something is, though.
Oh my god, this facial expression is unhinged.
This is what I draw on every single character because it is easiest for me.
Ooh, I just cracked my back in like 8 places.
As a side note, my back has been so fucked this week. I don't know what I did.
We've all been
Well, I
there,
think I do
though.
know what I did, but I don't fully know why it's still fucked. You know?
Well, yes, we've all been there. You know what's incredible is that all these drawings of rangers use a very, very similar pose to the one in the D&D handbook, and I respect that, honestly. To just say, D&D drew a ranger one time, and none of us need to ever make up how to do it again.
I mean, this is a fighter subclass, is it not?
Yeah, but it's like a lot of these bow and anything with a bow and arrow is usually using the D&D ranger
Wait, what is
drawing.
the D&D ranger pose?
You know that pose where it's like semi-relaxed before actually your pose is very similar to it.
And I'm not even looking at reference
Yeah,
because I
it's
never
like
do. I like to
wait,
live my
see,
life on the edge.
oh, you're never looking at reference, Christ girl. That's why your arms always look whack as fuck.
I don't like looking at reference because then I feel too pressured to make it realistic.
Fair. That's absolutely valid, but I can't not look at reference. That's just how I am.
It just like does not lend itself to my art style to look at the well because it's very specifically that D&D reference is all in a like kind of realistic art style. It's very specifically because of that. Like, I'll look at an animal and be able to translate it, but something about humans I can't translate into a cartoon style.
Too many joints, you know?
Yeah, I think it's too many joints, and also like with animals, I just kind of animals actually probably have more complicated joints than humans. I just ignore
But you
them.
just put so much fluff around them, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I think this hair is too long
Okay,
actually.
let me actually start talking about the. Should we go smuggler background first, or should I start talking about the arcane archer first?
You should probably do Arcane Archer first, and then Smuggler background can lead into like story.
Rad. Okay. Um, let me find it amongst my many, many tabs. Okay. So fighters get some pretty cool vanilla stuff before even getting to their subclass, right? So let's talk about that a little first.
The good stuff.
What was that?
And the fighters get some good stuff at level 1 and 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say take. I mean, having a fighting style off the bat is already good. Like at level 1, all of the fighting styles are major buffs.
Yeah.
So they get a fighting style. I think for the arcane archer, it just makes sense to do archery, obviously, because that gives you the +2 bonus to attack rolls you make with ranged weapons, which is honestly so big at level 1. Because that's like, depending on how well you rolled, that's like 1.25x the attack bonus that you would have had otherwise.
Yeah.
Are you giving our girl a Mandarin collar? Blessed.
Of course. What else would I be doing? I am gonna fantasy it up a little bit and probably put like an undershirt also, so like a long sleeve, like do you know what I'm
Yes,
talking about?
bitch. I love
Yeah.
the Under Armour shirt under the fashion shirt for D&D characters. It just feels right.
It feels correct.
Like you have to have a layer to like keep you warm and also wick the sweat away, but then you also have to have a layer that says I'm a bitchin' fantasy protagonist.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Fuck.
also
So
sorry about the intense sketch colors I chose today. We're just
it's
gonna go with
fine.
it.
I'm regularly using some like puke green or some shit. Like it's fine.
That's fair.
Oh my god,
Uh,
you get second wind at first level. Hello?
I mean, that's why I built my that's why I built Yessie that way.
Hilarious. Okay,
Because
second wind.
I had a suspicion we weren't gonna really get a healer, and I was like,
I mean, I was doing the bare minimum as a healer, I would say.
I mean, you were just like a general support class. You weren't like specifically a healer. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. That is true. But for those that are not in the know, a second wind is that as a bonus action, you can regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level.
Which is crazy because at first level you could just be back at full if you go down,
Yeah,
or like if you
as
get
a
to one, you can.
as a bonus action. Wild.
So vital.
That's honestly like, and you get it back again after a short rest, which is also really powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, fighters are actually a very cool class that I've never had the chance to play, but would love to at some point. Um, I
Is
actually
one of your
build this is
characters? I was gonna say, I feel like you have one built.
oh, I have a bunch of characters just in the bank. But a lot of my NPCs are based around fighter subclasses.
Isn't that the easiest though, in terms of like NPC building? I don't know. I've never DM'd, so.
NPC building is interesting because there's a lot of sort of stock NPCs or monsters from like various DM guides and stuff like
Hmm.
that. I found that it's more fun though for like main NPCs. Like side NPCs, I'll just give stock stats from like whatever challenge rating seems appropriate for them. But
Hmm.
for like main NPCs, like NPCs that you guys interact with a lot, I'd usually stat them out as a character.
God, I really want to see Veronica, one of the NPCs, in battle. I just want to see her in battle.
She's interesting.
I desperately want to see her in battle. Um,
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
The sleep
I
is
don't know.
wrong.
Maybe you guys will manipulate her into following you around for the second chapter also. Who knows?
I just want to desperately see her in battle. She's so
Um,
violent.
she's so violent, you guys. Starting at second level for fighters, you get Action Surge, which is another great class feature. Basically, once per short or long rest, again, which is insane, you can just take an additional action, which is awesome, honestly.
Yeah.
Getting it
It's
back at a short rest is so huge, also.
I am a big fan of short rest classes, if you
I
know what
also
I
feel
mean.
as a DM, it is nice to have a few short rest classes because otherwise it really slows down the pace of the game.
Yeah, to be like, oh, and then we need to take a long rest, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, it's the middle of the day.
I think that my two most recent characters have been short rest classes because
Yeah.
monk and then warlock fighter, which are both short rest classes.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, big fan,
Big
big
fan.
fan.
Huge fan. Okay, so then at third level, you get the Arcane Archer, which is basically you get to do arrows with fun stuff, with a little fun flavor on top of it. You can also choose to learn either Prestidigitation or Druidcraft.
What's the difference? Druidcraft.
Druidcraft is nature themed Prestidigitation.
That's what I was like. They're not that. They're like not different enough.
Well, Druidcraft, you can also create a tiny, harmless sensory effect that predicts what weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours.
Is that useful? Well, I guess if you're playing a survival based campaign, it's probably useful, but we never
Yeah,
do.
I think that's
So
actually genuinely useful for survival based campaigns. You can also make flowers blossom, um, leaves bud and bloom. You can, and this is straight from D&D Wiki. You can create the faint odor of a skunk.
I love when there's certain like cantrips and spells that have just like the most ridiculous like
Like just like a weirdly specific.
if knife strapped to leg, where go?
Around the thigh.
Okay, that's what I figured. And then it's like
But I
a
would make,
holster.
yeah, I would make the holster actually, it would ride up around the hip almost like a garter. Like there'd be a
Oh,
strap
like up
around
here.
each.
Yeah, and then here.
Well, okay, no, I would actually put a strap around the waist and then a strap around each thigh. And then the knife would sit on the flat part of your thigh, the flat part on the
Okay,
side of your
I'm doing
thigh.
this on another layer because I verbally cannot take these instructions without. So
And then you
strap
can
around the
instantly light
waist.
or snuff out a candle. I would give her Druidcraft, I think. Prestidigitation feels too
Clean.
wizardly.
Yeah. So strap around the waist. This has become more complicated than I wanted it to be.
You could put the strap around the thigh lower, like mid thigh.
Yeah. So strap around the thigh and then strap around the waist.
Yeah. But it doesn't even need to show up. She's probably wearing it underneath her shirt.
Okay.
But it would have like a strap going vertically on the side from your, yep, exactly.
Okay. And then there's like a little pocket.
Yes, with a knife on it.
Knife pocket. Okay.
That's how I would
Oh,
do it. I don't know if that's actually a item of clothing or if I just made it up.
let's look
Just
it up.
just like a little disclaimer. Just a little disclaimer for the very
Knife
few people in our audience.
strapped to thigh. Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Well, all these people look like people people that would not like either of us.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
It's
similar
got
to
like
what I
two
said,
vertical
but
straps.
two. I
Yeah, yeah,
see. I
yeah.
see.
With the pocket in the middle.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing that the knife. Okay. So I
So
was
I think
right in terms of like this practicality of having it strapped to the waist is good for like relieving
pressure
yeah,
or
pressure and
like
tension.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, it's like distributing, so it's guiding the tension to your core rather than to your
to your leggies
right,
or
exactly.
your knees,
And
really.
there's like a natural shelf above your hips where things can just kind of hang, and it won't put too much strain on you. But I see that some of these do have the single strap, and then some of them do have the strap in the front and the back.
I don't know. I guess my question is if you have a knife thingy, like who's using knife straps? I don't know. I actually maybe don't want to know the answer to that.
People who are smugglers, obviously.
um,
It's like having a gun holster but for your knife.
I realize that I've put everything on this side of the body.
Okay, there's too much BDSM stuff in this knife. don't don't Google knife strap unless you've prepared yourself, okay?
Emotionally, I'm never prepared, so I will never Google it.
Okay, I'm gonna finish talking about the arcane archer, then we can start talking about this backstory because I feel like this bitch is fabulous. She's actually probably not that fun to hang out with, but she
She's
is a
probably
killer.
horrible to hang out with.
She's probably a stone cold killer though.
I mean,
So
we named her Jessica Shade Ranger, so you know,
she's either a stone cold killer or a cartoon character.
and we all know which version I've drawn. Stone Cold Killer.
Stone cold killer. Look at her face. It says stone cold killer. Her chin is massive. Her mouth is so high on her head.
You have to let me draw cartoons without saying the anatomy is wrong. The anatomy is never correct in cartoons. I don't know what you want from me.
I just love, okay, my favorite kind of bee anatomy to draw is when you do the two eyes and then you put the mouth right between the two eyes.
I do that a lot.
It makes everything 100% funnier. Like, and
I
that's a
put the thumb on the wrong side again. This is
yeah, of course you did. I wasn't.
I don't know if you remember
Ooh, this
our good
hand without the thumb is quality though. I love
I don't know
it.
if you I don't know if you remember of any good fortune where we both drew the hands the wrong way.
Look, I misunderstood what you were trying to tell me about the hand. No, but we both did goof pretty badly on that drawing.
And that stream, bad stream.
I thought it
I
was a
mean,
great stream.
it's iconic now because we only have new viewers and they never know what we're talking about.
The fact that nobody has just been like, what the hell is Vinny Good Fortune really tells me that nobody cares enough to get invested in the lore that we have.
Hey, if I were better at drawing, I would put a little.
If I had
dragon
the
on.
time to hone my craft, like, damn.
Damn girl, I'd be unstoppable.
I don't know about unstoppable.
I'm very stoppable, in fact.
Actually, very little is needed to stop me.
Not from doing horrible sins on the world with our drawings, but
It's like doing chores. Very little is required to stop me from doing
exactly.
chores. Wow. Okay. Did I
What
talk
I was
about
gonna
arcane
say,
shot? Christ.
I guess what I was gonna say is that if I was better at drawing, I'd put a little dragon somewhere on this bow.
Ooh, yes, that's the good Oriental shit.
You know, like I know that it's not practical, but if you could like shoot the arrow through a dragon
From the
mouth,
dragon's mouth.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I would just like to put it out there before you're like, this is a boring bow.
I wasn't gonna say anything about the bow. Drawing the bow that was like a ship's wheel was frankly painful.
I know. I watched you try and draw so many circles.
Okay, but it looked so good when I was done. I was like, damn girl, you can draw. And then every week after that, I'm like, damn girl, you
Honestly,
cannot draw. You cannot
this is
fucking draw.
one of my better flips.
Hey! The one
It's
leg
not
is
bad,
definitely
right?
longer than the other, but she's not leaning. So that's kind of
Which
good,
leg is
right?
better? Which leg is longer? Is it the one that's like out in front?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also a skinnier leg. Oops.
That
YOLO, we're
is
gonna.
less obvious for some reason than the length of it to me. But that thigh is treacherously skinny.
Listen, I love drawing noodle legs on big round
I was gonna
people.
say you love a bean noodle combo.
I mean,
A
yeah,
banoodle, if you will.
a banoodle. Okay. YOLO, I'm gonna start lining.
Do it.
Okay. I don't know what color to line this in.
I don't know either, man. Let me go back to talking about your this character. At
Maybe I
third
should
level,
just
you
do
learn
that.
2 arcane shot choices. So we will talk about that in a second. But it's once per turn, which is crazy. Once per
It's
turn.
once per turn?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy, right?
I
Once
thought
per
they were
turn when
just
you
like once per short rest, but I
Nope.
guess.
Nope. Once per turn, when you fire an arrow from a short bow or a longbow as part of the attack action, you can apply one of your arcane shot options to that arrow. You decide to use the option when the arrow hits, which I
Oh
guess.
my god.
Oh, wait, you
So I
have
guess
2 uses of this ability, but you get him back at a short rest. So.
so yeah, so it's like a divine smite
So
in
this is
that
a
like
really, really strong short rest character.
this is a really strong short rest character.
But having 2 uses of the ability per short rest is very good, actually. And the fact that you don't have to expend it until the arrow hits, also awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about
So
these.
useful.
Let's talk about these arcane shot options because I think some of them make like kind of a lot of sense for smugglers. I think the one that I see the most often is the grasping arrow because it's so useful, like utility wise in battle. But I actually don't think I would give this one to Jessica. But I'll discuss
Yeah.
it because I feel like I hear it a lot in podcasts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When this arrow strikes its target, conjuration magic creates grasping poisonous brambles, which wrap around the target. The creature hit by the arrow takes an extra 2d6 poison damage. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn it moves 1 foot or more without teleporting. The target or any creature that can reach it can use its action to remove the brambles with a successful strength check against your arcane shot save DC. Otherwise, the brambles last for a full minute.
Okay.
Wild.
Yeah.
To reduce an enemy's speed by 10 feet for a full minute is huge.
It's a big deal because then you can like chase them down.
Yeah, the crowd control part of D&D is like surprisingly. Plus, it's the amount of damage is crazy because you get that extra 2d6 poison damage, but then also if they don't remove the brambles, it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time it moves more than a foot. Each turn. Each turn.
Crazy. Yeah, that's wild. I don't know.
That one's really powerful, I think. Okay, but here are some that I think would be fun for our little smuggler friend, all right? One is called the Banishing Arrow.
Is it banishment but an arrow?
Kind of, yeah. The creature hit by the arrow must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be banished. While banished in this way, its speed is 0 and it is incapacitated. At the end of its next turn, the target reappears in the space it vacated or near the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied.
So it's like banishment but for
So
not. Yeah.
yeah, for not very long. But in terms of like if somebody's on like a sneak mission, right?
Yeah. Well, and also like I don't know, to get this ability at third level is kind of crazy still.
It really is. Because banishment's a third level spell, is that right?
Fourth, I think. Or
I
maybe
was
it's
gonna
third.
say it might even be fourth. So I think
I think it's
most
fourth because
spellcasters would
I
have to be
I didn't get it until second or like second arc of
six.
something.
Yeah, sixth
Yeah.
level maybe.
I think it's
Yeah. So to
yeah, sorry. Continue.
I was gonna say for a non-magic caster to get even a little bit of banishment is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Another fun one for a smuggler is one called the beguiling arrow. Creature hit by the arrow takes an extra 2d6 psychic damage and choose one of your allies within 30 feet of the target. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or it is charmed by the chosen ally until the start of your next turn.
Oh, so if you have like a front man, you can basically just like
Yes, exactly.
boop.
And then another option for this one is the shadow arrow. The creature hit by arrow takes an extra 2d6 psychic damage and must save on a wisdom saving throw or be unable to see anything farther than 5 feet away until the start of your next turn.
Shade Ranger.
Yeah, so I think definitely the shadow arrow. She should pick up the shadow arrow. And then
I kind of think if we're setting this up to be a full operation, I would lean towards Beguiling Arrow.
yeah, especially because the banishing arrow feels like it does a very similar thing to the shadow arrow, like functionally in a smuggling operation, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
As you can
Okay.
tell, audience, we definitely know a lot about smuggling. Um,
Okay. I don't need this. This okay, so the smuggler background is from a add-on source of material for D&D
this is
called The
Sword
Ghosts of
Coast Adventures.
Saltmarsh.
Oh,
No.
interesting.
Sword Coast would you'd think it would be Sword Coast. But I actually don't know what order they were published in. So it's possible that
That's
Ghosts of
totally fair.
Saltmarsh was published before Sword Coast. Why can't I say the word sword anymore? Sword? Sword?
Sword?
Sword? Swole? Sword?
Get swole?
Anyways, you gain the skill proficiencies in athletics and deception. I think that makes a lot of sense. But I don't know. She's got negative strength, so bummerino. Um, although
But that just
getting
means.
popping, yeah, with the proficiency, it pops her above negative. It pops her to 0, right?
Well, if
On the
she's a 9,
athletics
it's a
checks.
-1. -1 in proficiency bonuses too, so it gets her to a +1.
Oh, you're so right. Getting to a +1 for an athletics check is pretty big, honestly.
I've never had positive athletics.
Well, especially if you're just like trying to make a simple athletics check to like get past something, to like change it to something that you're proficient in, if you're normally just like a weak little baby, is pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harold is sitting in front of my microphone, so I'll try my best.
I was gonna say your sound got kind of weird, but you do you.
I'm moving him. He's been moved.
Um. Anyways, you also get proficiency in water vehicles, which is incredible and delightful to me.
Oh my god, getaway driver.
Yes. I feel like she's not the getaway driver though. I feel like she's like the lookout slash
She's the backup getaway driver in case things go so poorly.
yeah, but she's like I feel like she's got to be like some kind of like infiltrator of some kind, like sneaky, can like turn attention away from her, quickly kill in a combat if required, right? Like
Yeah. Sorry, my throat
I
is
mean, I
very
think
dry.
despite no worries. I think despite the
Mm.
fact that like she's technically an archer, she probably carries like a sword or a knife or something and is
I gave her a
handy with
little
that.
knife.
Yeah, I feel like she could probably even like without that +2 to the attack roll, like you can probably get pretty spicy with a knife as a fighter at that level still.
Yeah, like a knife is a dex weapon still. Like you're not. This clown. Sorry. He's being a
It's
clown.
also considered a light weapon, so even people without the proficiency can take an offhand attack if they have nothing else to do with with their bonus action.
Damn. I
Yeah.
still don't really understand how offhand attacks work, but like,
Anybody can take an offhand attack with a light weapon. It just doesn't do as much damage unless you take some kind of feat to go with it.
unless you're also like a monk.
Pretty much. And
he
then
Harold, I need you to stop. Please stop
oh
moving
man,
back and forth.
I kind of
Please.
wish we had gotten this before, but you get a fancy leather vest.
What if I layer the leather back?
Wait. I misread. It says you get a fancy leather vest or pair of leather boots. So I think you gave her boots, right?
Yeah, I give her boots. I always give boots. I love a boot.
Me too. If it
Here's the
wasn't
deal
so
is that I
fucking,
love a sneaker more. I love a sneaker more, but like
but
we
for
cannot
fantasy, a boot.
I cannot spend time rendering sneakers on stream.
No, no. Um,
I can do it, it just takes a lot of time. Naturally, I made the pinky the longest finger.
the wrist is also bent in kind of a weird way, but I wasn't gonna say
It's
anything about
cursed. I think what needs to happen is hold on. Is kind of like this.
Yes,
Or not even
correct.
like there,
That was
right?
almost too far, but yes.
Maybe
You
there.
understand the assignment though, which is
Yeah, I do understand the assignment. Sometimes you tell me things about hands and I ignore you, but I
yeah, I mean
understand.
most of the time. What is happening?
Because of daylight savings, their timer goes off at a different. Their like timed feeder goes off at a different time.
Oh, okay. It sounded like the cats were like really getting into some shit.
I mean, yes, they're automatic feeders.
Fair, valid.
It
Okay,
has
you're
ruined my sleep schedule because Harold is now up at like 6, like knocking things off of my dining table.
honestly, I think we should abolish daylight savings, but you know, that's not an unpopular take. That's a pretty popular take, actually.
I, in fact, had to write about it as an AP test practice.
You was that for
Right?
comp?
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out. Anyways,
Shout
the
out to our
feature for
horrible comp
smugglers.
teacher.
I'm gonna
You know the
resist
one.
naming. I'm gonna resist naming names on stream, baby.
Me too.
As a smuggler, you get a feature called Down Low. You are acquainted with a network of smugglers who are willing to help you out of a tight situation. It's very similar to the criminal background. So while in a particular town, city, or other similarly sized community, DM's discretion, you and your companions can stay free for free in safe houses. Safe houses
Oh,
provide a poor lifestyle. While staying at a safe house, you can choose to keep your presence and that of your companions secret, which is kind of huge if you're in a smuggling campaign. You also, for your background as like a flavor thing,
oh, I did bad line work today.
don't worry about it. You get something called claim to fame, which is that every smuggler has that one tale that sets them apart from common criminals. By wits, sailing skill, or a silver tongue, you live to tell the story, and you tell it often.
Cool.
So one option is Spirit of the Whale. This one feels not correct because we've given her kind of a very mellow, stone cold killer energy. So like probably not this one, but it's funny. So I need to tell everybody. You smuggled
I
stolen dwarven
understand.
spirits in the body of a dead whale being pulled behind a fishing boat. When you delivered the goods, the corpse suddenly exploded, sending whale meat and whiskey bottles for half a mile. Ew.
Horrible, but yes, I understand.
This next one is also not right because it's like you ride a cart with stolen art through the middle of a battlefield while singing sea shanties. That doesn't feel right.
What's the next one?
You enlisted in another nation's navy for the purpose of smuggling stolen jewels to a distant port. You attained a minor rank before disappearing from the navy and making your way here. That's an option, I think.
That is an option.
The next one is called River of Shadows. Your riverboat accidentally slipped through the veil into the Shadowfell for several hours. While you were there, you sold some stolen dragonborn artifacts before returning to this plane and paddling home.
I mean, Shade Ranger, right?
Yeah, that feels good too.
That's her nickname.
One that I like because it gives her a little bit of a different flavor is this one where you agreed to transport a family escaping a war. The baby began to cry at a checkpoint, and you gave the guards all of your gold to let you pass. The family never found out about this gesture.
I do like that one.
That one feels very like, it's giving that classic, like, this is a stone cold killer, but is actually a softie on the inside.
Yeah. It reminds me, you know that one episode of Avatar The Last Airbender where Zuko's helping that family across that pass? I think it's Zuko.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the baby. That's what it's
Yeah.
reminding me of. Yeah.
I'd be happy with that one, or the one where they go into Shadowfell for a little while.
Yeah.
We could even combine the two.
Yeah, like the baby thing was in Shadowfell or something.
Yeah, like maybe while transporting this escaped family, the boat accidentally slipped through the veil into Shadowfell for several hours. The ghosts in Shadowfell heard the baby crying and wanted to take the soul of the baby as their own, and the smuggler traded all of their worldly like belongings.
Mm-hmm.
That feels right. That feels good. Okay, I think it's time to switch over drawing so that I don't have to talk anymore.
You're like, stop drawing, bitch. This is
Pretty much.
definitely one of my better humanoids.
I was gonna
Like
say it
human.
looks really good. Love the choices you've made for earrings and shit.
I really just need to start drawing being humans instead of trying to draw like a human. It's not
All
worth it
right,
on
I'm
stream.
switching. I'm switching to my screen.
Okay.
And now that we've left off on that little tidbit about her background, you can start talking about
Story. Story.
story,
Cool.
story.
Well, okay. So we know a couple things. Has been to Shadowfell. I cannot believe you're using Clip Studio today.
Work, bitch.
Sorry,
Sometimes you
I do
gotta
actually need
operate.
to. I do need to drink water before I start this.
Sometimes you gotta operate from a place of self hatred.
Sure. Okay, I am now hydrated. Kind of. Okay, so one thing we know for sure, she's a smuggler. She's been to Shadowfell and she's helped a baby and a family in Shadowfell. Um I'm curious how much we want to include Shadowfell as part of the story or if this is just part of her background. Um
It's possible, like maybe the story is that she promised something to somebody in one of the like shades in Shadowfell, and now has to like execute on that promise, and that's like the adventure.
yeah, what plane are kalashstars technically like? Like I
I
know that they're
th-
probably from the material plane, but I think they have.
I always get them confused with ASMR. I think ASMR are the ones that are celestial.
I think Azamar is celestial. I kind of feel like Kalishtar. Like I know we were like, let's ignore the dream thing, but I feel like there's probably some sort of tension between like her connection to dreams and spirits, and then going into Shadowfell. I feel like there's probably something there. Um, Here's the deal. I don't think either of us knows enough about like the D&D source book locations because we do mostly homebrew stuff.
Yeah, I'm not big on the cosmology of D&D personally.
There's a lot of reasons for that, but yes. So I think maybe
I'm gonna give her a huge cape to hide the anatomy sins I'm about to commit.
Do it.
This is the way.
Do it. Um, I think there's maybe something with like, I know that she's like vehicle proficiency for like water vehicles, but there's also like I'm wondering if she maybe has a thin veil between planes. Like I know that she's not technically like a plane wanderer or walker or whatever.
But like as oh, like she knows the location of like a veil between like a break in the veil, and she uses that to her advantage in her smuggling operations.
Yeah, exactly. And so like I think that part of it could manifest and so then when I'm saying like water vehicle proficiency, I'm thinking about like air is technically a fluid, right? Like, like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like the boat is more of like a vehicle, and this could be her entire crew. Like it's a vehicle between um planes or like spaces. And I think that maybe her expertise, her connection to dreaming from being a kalashtar could maybe also aid in that. So like I don't want to make it too much like the Unsleeping City because it's like a very big part of that story.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
think that there is something in terms of like maybe we could flavor it not as dreams, but like the whole mind link thing. Maybe she has a low level mind link and can like if she knows somebody on a plane, she can kind of figure out how to get there.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
that.
So
That's like nice.
so it's not directly related to dreamings, but it is kind of like if you have a connection to somebody there, um, then you have a low enough level mind link that you can kind of figure out how to get there. And I do think, um, oh, is this the bow?
Mm-hmm.
I do think that there's probably something to say for like Shadowfell is my understanding of Shadowfell, and please don't correct me if you know more about D&D than me. I don't care.
Wow, what a mood! What a mood.
My understanding of Shadowfell is that it's like a kind of soulless place. It's not like hell where you're like being punished in
No,
that
no, no,
like
no. It's just like a. I think it's like kind of neutral.
it's like a neutral kind of like lost souls kind of place, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily lost souls, but it's definitely like full neutral.
Yeah, so I kind of think that maybe she has like a familial connection that's kind of like stuck in Shadowfell. Like they lost their ability to do they lost their ability to sense the veils between the planes and they're stuck there. Something like
Oh,
that.
interesting.
Which I'm not sure how that connects to smuggling, but I think that it's like an interesting
God, this
idea. And then
bow
like
is massive.
honestly, I think bows are always a lot bigger than I think they are.
Yeah, but this
So I
is like
think
as
you're
tall as she is.
yeah, but could you imagine? That's so fun. Just a whoop.
It's really bitchin', honestly.
It is really bitchin'. Um,
I think I'll probably
yeah,
make it smaller in the next layer, but you know, you get the gist.
yeah. I'm wondering if maybe it's like her entire crew um has people that are lost in different planes.
Oh, interesting.
And it doesn't
Like,
have to be like family, but it could be like part of it is like trying to figure out where. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, so instead of being a smuggler in a traditional sense of smuggling goods and services or like goods, they are
they're smuggling
smuggling
souls.
smuggling souls or even smuggling physical people out of places that they are stuck.
I think that's really nice. Yes,
Right.
I'm here for that story.
Um yeah.
Not gonna draw the hand yet. Probably not on this stream at all.
Not emotionally prepared to draw the hand yet. Anyways,
Have I overcorrected and made her head too small? Can't tell.
I think it's fine.
Okay, great. Thank you for this encouragement. I needed it. I'm gonna move this to the center of the canvas now.
I think the problem is that we have such weird bodies. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
both of us have really big heads and really small feet. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, the feet are kind of big. And then I'm like, they're probably the correct size.
Flip.
You know?
She's leaning. She's got a bit of a lean.
It's okay. She can be falling.
Okay, I think that's good. Okay.
Anyways, what I just said reminded me of a book that I've read, so I will shout that out here. I'm not directly copying the plot, but there's some energy of this. It's like On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. It's a very long graphic novel. But that's kind of the energy.
I feel.
Yeah.
Is this the brush that I want? No.
And then also, like, if we were to develop this into a full story, which we won't because neither of us has time, nor do either of us want to be like, I don't think either of us really desires to be a writer, but
Sometimes I consider writing long form and then I remember that I'm lazy.
yeah, exactly. But then it also has like,
who had to just watch me choose pens for like several
That's
seconds
okay.
straight.
But then I think it also has some energy of like there's generational generational trauma that needs to be addressed in traveling through the plains. Anyways,
Never mind, I don't want that pen right now.
it's kind of a fun pen though.
I like it. It just isn't giving me what I need for this drawing.
I understand. I actually want to redo the line work on mine because I don't like the pen that I was using. Or like it's the pen that I use for everything, but it's not appropriate for this. Let's talk about crew. So obviously I feel like they do need a charisma based like person.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And I'm trying to think about like what would be the best for this kind of situation.
I feel like Warlock kind of makes a lot of sense, right?
I think
like
Warlock makes a lot of
plot
sense,
standpoint.
but also, do you remember like the College of Spirits bard?
Ooh, yeah, that was very good.
It's not very good mechanically, but like story wise, it's like
It's very interesting. But I do feel like the Warlock then presents an opportunity for the like Warlock patron to be somehow involved in this plot wise.
that's totally fair. Yeah, so we could do like
Oh my god, I think I need more guidelines here.
always a struggle. Yeah, so I feel like what Warlock patrons. I did look at all of the Warlock patrons recently because I was choosing. I feel like Celestial would be interesting for this one. Anything where it's like definitely from a different plane. If we want something more neutral, it could be one of like the Ginnies, or one of the. Is it the genie? I don't remember.
The Jinn is the air one, I think, right?
Yeah, but you can get all of them in like the Genie Warlock, I think. And are elementals more neutral? I feel like they are. Um, what is the great old one again?
That's like some Cthulhu shit, I think.
That could also be fun though.
I think so too. I mean, all of them are pretty fun though, no
Yeah.
lie.
I kind of feel like it is the Cthulhu one because they get stuff like dissonant whispers and like detect thoughts, and I think that really feeds well into like the kalashtar like
Mm-hmm.
thing. And I'm not saying that their entire crew has to be kalashtar, but I think that this kind of has some synergy. Um,
There's definitely some synergy there.
yeah. Ooh, you get clairvoyance and sending. This is not about this class. I was just looking that up. Um, but I think that makes sense. Is like having the great old one warlock is like the face of everything.
Yeah.
Um, and then I think they probably have some kind of survival based wisdom character. So it could be a ranger, it could also even be like a druid. I feel like
Oh my
there's
god. I hate this face. Okay.
I feel like we keep giving rangers as like survival people and I kind of don't want to keep doing that. It could be Circle of Stars druid
I love the Circle of Stars druid.
because I feel like don't they have like the star map and like
Yes. Yeah, I think
so
that's a
it could
great choice.
so instead of having a ranger, they have like a Circle of Stars druid as like their navigation person, and then also could act as a more functional healer than the ranger. Um, do we give them a shitty teen,
They
or
probably
are they
pick
all
up.
shitty teens?
Maybe they pick up a shitty teen along the way.
We love a shitty teen. Um, I like the idea of the shitty teen being like a sorcerer or something.
Yeah, maybe they just found one while they were adventuring and the teen's like needs guidance, you know?
I don't want to make this magical girls, but you know how in every magical girls there's a little one.
Yep.
It's that energy.
Aren't all D&D parties kind of a magical girl group?
They are all magical girl groups. Men just don't want to admit that. Anyways.
I think I might end up giving this person a Pokemon ass face later, but I'm gonna go back to the outfit now because I'm struggling with the head right now. Nobody needs to watch that happen.
Anyways. Yeah. So I feel like they're like smuggling people slash souls out of different planes. I think all of them probably have or had like lost family members or like just friends or something. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out like why the souls are being spread so thin like across different planes, and that could be related to this like great old one like Cthulhu ass vibe, you know?
I'm always happy to have that on, right?
Yeah. So it could be like I'm wondering if it's like this is now centering the warlock, which I like know is not really what the stream is about, but it could possibly be um this Cthulhu whatever. Um it's just like the great mystery of the world and people don't like people know that it's like dark, but they don't really know what it does. Um
Right.
and so by tapping into its power, you're actually giving it more power. But it's like consequently they're giving you more power. And so maybe it's just like they've reached a critical mass of people who are now um, tapping into that power for something. And so more and more souls are getting like displaced or lost.
Yeah, I think also you could put it in that like Jessica is like a skeptic of this power, right?
Yeah. So it creates tension on their crew, and then it becomes an enemies to lovers story.
Obviously. We actually can't stream without including an enemies to lovers story. That's just a fact about us.
There's not a single stream we haven't talked about Pokemon, a shitty teen, or enemies to lovers.
I think it's because the two of us have such non insane toxic lives. It's like
We have to include it.
we
Neither
just
of us
have
was
to
allowed
include
to
it.
be a. Neither of us was a shitty teen. We were just awkward. Like,
Neither of us is a shitty teen, and both of us have extremely quaint lives now. It's like
yeah,
gotta
we
live a
need to.
little vicariously through our shitty teens.
Yeah.
I forget what kind of outfit you gave her.
Um, it's the Mandarin collar, short sleeve, and then a long sleeve underneath.
Oh right,
Just straight up leggings.
we
Straight
talked
up
about the
leggings.
Under Armour. I think I might give her baggier pants.
Yeah, do it. I like the idea of baggy pants, and then when I draw them, they look crazy.
I think I might give her gloves also.
Oh, instead of the long sleeve, you could just give gloves all the way to the elbows.
Yeah, almost like armored
Like forearm armor, yeah.
like gauntlets or something.
Yeah. You could also still give the the long sleeve under that, but yeah.
I think I probably will still put the long sleeve on underneath it.
What else? I think maybe it could also be that part of the story is the great old one warlock is trying to figure out how to divorce themselves from that power
Mm.
balance situation. Um and Jessica here has the ability to kind of like, because of, we've decided that she has like a low level mind link kind of thing. She kind of has vibes about where other people who are following the great old one are, I
Yeah.
think.
I feel like it's almost like one of those maybe it's like a divination role kind of where like some days it's better and sometimes it's not.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a luck roll at the beginning of every day to kind of figure out what the strength of everything is.
I feel like that's always a nice.
Little mechanic. I do want to give their ship a ship friend, just like a little guy.
Oh, a little guy. We love a little guy.
We love a little guy. Um okay, but what if it's a Cthulhu dog? It's just like a dog, but it's like
It's got 8 tentacles or something.
it's a little bit wrong.
But I feel like Cthulhu monsters are like a little bit wrong, you know?
Yeah, but it's a Cthulhu dog, so it has to be cute still.
What if it's just a land octopus?
Oh my god. I do think it's a land octopus now that you've said it.
It feels right.
Oh my god, it's a little Dumbo octopus.
Yeah, but it just like fully walks.
Yeah, it like scuttles on the ground. Incredible.
I do
It's
feel like it's
just
probably like kind of weirdly large, this land octopus.
it's actually a sentient jellyfish, which is a Cthulhu monster. No, it's a little land octopus.
Oh my god, I am struggling with the steady hand today.
Cool.
I mean, All things considered, not too bad for a Clip Studio stream.
Unhinged. I cannot believe you're doing this.
It's gonna be fingerless gloves.
Fingyless? Sorry.
You should be, honestly. That was unacceptable.
For me to say fingyless.
Oh my god, these fingers are so uneven. I need to just zoom out and not deal with them right now.
Yeah, the way that you're zoomed in real close.
It's not good. It's not good. Okay. This is a later problem.
Cool. Did you talk about all of the Arcane Archer stuff or just up until Arcane Shot?
I just talked about it up until Arcane Shot.
Cool. We can talk about higher level things now because I don't know what else there is to add to that story.
I feel like it's a neat story already.
Yeah, it's like a neat starting point for a thing. Okay, at 7th level, you get magic arrows. Which basically is just like your attacks are now magical for the purposes of overcoming immunities and resistances. You also get something called curving shot. So it's just like a homing arrow. Or maybe it's not. What's the
I think it's
homing
like
arrow?
if you miss, you can redirect.
Oh, when you make an attack roll with a magic arrow, yeah, you can use a bonus action to reroll. So you can't like second wind or whatever. Oh, you actually make an attack on a different target within 60 feet of the original target. So it's like if your arrow misses, then you can kind of like redirect it a little bit.
That's a cool feature also.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
that's kind of
good.
fun.
Is it
Oh, yep.
unlimited or does it have like a limited number of times you can use it?
It's unlimited, but it costs your bonus action, so you can't like second wind or like do other things.
Gotcha.
Although fighters don't have a ton of bonus actions other than second wind.
No, they don't. I feel like that's also cool because like what is it? It's like I figured out what's wrong with this wrist. If you're like in a fight against like a boss and a bunch of goons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it becomes a situation where like you miss the boss, you can just redirect to one of their goons.
Yeah, exactly. At 15th level, if you start a combat without any arcane shots, you get one back. You get one use back.
Oh shit. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
So if your DM like surprise combats you.
Yeah. It's like I think monks at like level 17 or 18, if you start a combat without any key, you get 4 key points. So like it's kind of like
Christ.
that. Yeah, monks at higher levels are extremely broken. Like
4 key points is a lot actually.
yeah, the class I'm playing right now, I would use that in one turn. But like I know for other classes you probably wouldn't.
But also like one of those key points or 2 of them or whatever it is to bring up the astral whatever, right?
Yeah, 2 of those would be to bring up all of my astral shit.
And that would persist for a while if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes.
I think the elbow goes above the glove actually. Not anatomy time with Wingsum again.
Yes, this is why I'm going to revert back to beat anatomy.
Banatomy?
Banatomy.
Boop boop badoo boop. Uh-oh, it's that.
I know that we've made this like kind of a serious story, but based on my drawing, and you calling her a stone cold killer, I can't stop thinking about her being a Muppet. Oh.
Hold on. How is Stone Cold Killer have anything to do with being a Muppet?
But could you imagine? That is wild.
Look. Don't look at the arm. Just keep talking about Muppets.
Here's the deal. I know that Stone Cold Killer has nothing to do with the Muppets, but I just can't help but think about if you gave Kermit a gun.
Yikes! I would watch that for sure.
right? I would watch that for sure too.
I would
And
watch the fuck out of that.
that's why I'm petitioning for her to be a Muppet and a Stone Cold Killer.
I hate this stream.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think I drew the bow in the bad spot, and that's why this is so hard for me. That's like much better, right?
I think that is better.
Okay.
I still feel like there's like a weird little break in the forearm.
Where the glove is?
Yeah, where the glove meets the rest of the ankle of the arm.
We're gonna flip. Oh yeah, that's bad.
Ooh, buddy.
You hate to see it.
You simply hate to see it.
I think the wrist is wrong, and it's really fucking up the rest of the arm. I think I need to just do this off stream.
That's fair.
Arms are so hard.
You could say that about any part of the body, and I'd be like, yeah.
I think I may have made her forearm weirdly long also. I think I might change. I think I might change her undershirt to be baggy also.
So you don't have to think. That's fair.
Yeah. Just to like do like the shoulder cap, which looks fine, and then do like a baggier like come saw.
Oh, you know what? Maybe Shitty Teen is the shadow magic sorcerer.
Ooh, that could be fun. Have we done a shadow magic sorcerer yet?
I genuinely don't. I think we did. It was the pirate where you drew the
Was that a sorcerer really?
Well, because what you did was you drew the Hound of Ill Omen coming out of the bow.
Oh, you're right.
It's our I think it's Piper the pirate.
The puff sleeve's even worse. We're gonna undo all that.
It's just like a swollen arm.
Yep, okay. That's, you know what? That's fine. Maybe she just has a weird arm.
People have weird arms.
Is that anything?
I don't know.
No, the forearm is the right length according to my bare understanding of anatomy, so we're gonna leave it for now.
Yes, Piper the pirate was a shadow magic sorcerer. You did give her a bow. I did not draw her with a bow.
Look, sometimes I make artistic choices that don't make like a ton of sense.
But we're going to be okay with that.
I feel like there was a reason I gave her a bow. But the question is, did I save the stream?
I don't know which streams we have. Here's the deal. We've streamed so many bird streams that they're all the same.
Did we put Piper in Burled?
Piper is in Burled. I'm still really sad that the Aaron stream didn't save.
Look, I am too, and it is entirely my own fault. And so
it's iconic, and
it was honestly it was too good.
That's the rare occasion where we don't save a stream because it's too good.
Well, we didn't save the stream, and I think that my brain and body knew that we can't set that kind of high expectation for us. The stream was too good.
I still think our best stream is Warren Squirtle, and that was our second stream.
Look. I think we even went overtime on the Warren Squirtle stream.
Yeah, because we had so much to say. Could you imagine?
Can you fucking imagine? So much to say that wasn't just about fucking Pokemon.
We did talk about Pokemon, though, because you did say that we're naming it Warren Squirtle.
Yeah, but that happened at the beginning of stream. And also, we did make up the door dashing bicyclist Cavalier, so it wasn't all good.
We said a business manager eel.
I
Supply chain
forgot.
manager eel.
I forgot about the supply chain manager eel, to be honest with
But
you.
we did come up with a great cosmology of animal gods.
That is true.
Cool. What else can we talk about? Oh, I was gonna ask you, have you pre-ordered the Pokemon game?
Not yet.
Okay, I haven't either, but I want to because it comes out in like 4 days.
Me too, but I'm also kind of wondering if I should just not order it until I'm on Thanksgiving break. You know what I mean?
I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to play it over Thanksgiving break.
I mean, I have a plane ride, so
Yeah, that's fair.
the only thing is
It's
then on the plane ride I don't have the internet to look things up. Cuz I'm guns to be confused as soon as they introduce a new mechanic.
yeah, open world, new mechanic,
Yeah, I'm gonna
multiple
need to check the
storylines.
map. Wait, what day? Does it come out on Wednesday?
Comes out on the 17th.
Is that Wednesday or Thursday?
I think that's Thursday.
God damn it. I have dance
I
that
know,
day.
right?
Otherwise, maybe we can still play when I come back from dance. How irresponsible is it to play late into the night together on the day that it releases?
Well, I'm very busy on the 18th, so I definitely can't.
Okay, so we are gonna play on Thursday. Shout out to you, internet viewers, who are now listening to us schedule our Pokemon premiere time.
Well, no, I was saying that I have a lot of stuff to do at work on the 18th, so I'd rather not stay up late on the 17th and do that.
Oh, okay, so maybe on the 17th we can have our Pokemon premiere day.
What?
On the 18th. What? Is
Wait,
that
no, I'm
Friday?
actually busy on the 18th.
God damn it, bitch! Okay, when are
We
you
can
available to play?
I can probably do
Because I could take off from work a little early on the 17th.
oh. Well, I get back from work at like 5:30.
Okay, I'll make Vinay cook that night.
Excellent. I'll
And we
order
can
food
play.
that night and then we can play a little bit.
Yeah.
I desperately want to know what the final evolutions are going to be.
I mean, we know the cat's gonna be cursed.
Well, so oops. Sorry. Um yeah, I think the cat is definitely on two legs.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah. I want to know what they do with Gay Doc.
Me too. I need to know.
Because for me, it's between Gay Doc and very cute red dinosaur, which I think they're going to ruin.
Me too. I want one of those two as my starter. I don't know which ones yet, though.
It does depend on the final evolution.
I'm gonna do the cape later because I wasn't happy with the cloth folding on that.
I'm gonna double check that it comes out on Thursday so I'm not getting your hopes up. I don't know if you're busy on the weekend, but I also could probably play a little bit on the 19th. I just want to go to the thing. There's a you know the comic book store in the village.
Mm-hmm.
They have a second location and they're doing a warehouse sale at the second
Ooh!
location that day. So I
Woo!
want to go to that.
That sounds awesome.
Doesn't that sound so fun? I think I might be overwhelmed, but I do want to go. So,
It's absolutely worth going.
JK, this starts November 18th. I'm a mess. So maybe we can do the 19th if you're available on Saturday. I don't know if you are.
I should be.
We could do the I'll let you know when I get back from the sale, but I don't think I'll be there that long. So, anyways, now that we've scheduled our Pokemon playing on stream, you're getting Violet, right?
That was the plan because I thought you wanted to get Scarlet.
I don't have. I will likely get both at some point. I just want to know which one I should pre-order, because you
Yeah.
get a special gift Pikachu if you pre-order.
Ooh. Okay, so we got to pre-order.
Yeah, it's like one of their new mechanics is like the Terra types or whatever. You get like a special like air Terra type Pikachu that knows fly as a move.
Insane.
Hi to all of our viewers who don't understand what we're talking about.
Shout out to you guys for sticking through this horrible stream.
Honestly, it started off pretty good, but now I don't know what else to talk about, so.
We could always just end it, honestly.
Should we end it?
I don't know. Merge. Delay below. I didn't really draw anything.
That's okay, you did a sketch. I think a professor I never had just added me on LinkedIn.
That's funny. Do they do anything interesting that you might want to be involved in?
Mathematics.
Interesting. So no.
Never had her. Like I had her teaching counterpart that year.
Hey, maybe she has you confused with another Asian.
That's true. She is Asian.
It's never stopped them.
Shout out to my first math professor at college who did call me by the other Asian girl's name. Thank you. We look nothing alike.
Shout out to the grad student who, when I first met them for the very first time, said, "I thought you would be a foreigner."
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The way I looked at them and said, "Excuse me?"
Oh my god.
The gall. The gall to say that out loud to me.
Oh my god. I'm never gonna get over that piece of information.
The phrasing also is insane.
Should I find the triangle on Fresco?
Yes, please do.
Okay, let me find it.
Let me know when you have it all copied up. I think we did it last week.
Yeah, it's just that I think while I'm connected to this, it's not connecting to the internet very well.
Oh, interesting.
So I can't like open your drawing right now. Hold on. Let me close out. It shouldn't matter though. I'm gonna reload Fresco and then I'll try. Give me a second.
Fresco is just kind of slow also sometimes.
Yeah. I have not had a lot of luck with your Adobe account. Like we're on the same one. Oops, don't tell Adobe.
They don't give a fuck.
Okay, it's thinking.
Do.
I don't think they do. That's not
Given
the right
that we're
drawing.
on student accounts, giving them a truly trivial amount of money.
You copy it?
Yeah, I just fully copy the layers. Okay. It's like a layer group.
Yeah, I got it. Let me just also group up my layers. Or is each okay? No, I was like, is each name on a different layer? But it's not. Okay, cool. I have it.
Okay, awesome. I think I'm gonna give this girl like a full ass Pokemon anime face.
Honestly, good for you. Go forth and do the Pokemon anime as necessary.
Like very like.
If you want to know how Pokemon does their noses, the bottom of the chin to the tip of the nose is actually one line.
Yeah, that is generally how I've done it in the past. I was thinking about maybe giving her a slightly more defined nose, but I might just not.
For making her East Asian, she does not have to have a defined nose.
True. I think her face is too big for her head right now. Whatever, later problem.
Okay.
Switching over to yours. Hold on. Where's OBS?
I don't know. It's your
Here we
problem.
go.
Here we go.
Did we place last week's? We did place Clinker.
Okay, so I think that she's actually playable. Is that a spindrift? You
What?
unhinged, unacceptable. You should know that both my cats are laying on the bed in the sunny spot right now.
Oh, that's so blessed.
They're really cute. Okay. I think that Jessica is actually playable.
Especially from a story standpoint, like not just a mechanics standpoint, but a story standpoint.
Because I think at the top, Piper and Indy are up there because mechanically they're playable.
Story
Warren's
wise,
at the
they are nonsense.
the Burled Swan Lake.
Do you like how Indy's got a frowny face next to it?
Yes. I think about Indy all the time.
Every time I open Fresco, she confronts me.
So I think Jessica should go like above Warren. Like I don't know where to put her in this little.
The thing is, whenever we make a playable, they're like quite playable.
I know.
I think Jessica is a bit of a grifter, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which side is grifter? So maybe like below
Next to
Piper,
Jim.
above Warren. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just my awkward handwriting. I need to turn this thing down next to yours. Yeah, this is bad. Okay, hold on. I need a different pen.
Jess, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, no.
The number of shitheads is really. We need maybe we should do Duke Jr. next week.
Oh my god, we should do Duke Jr.
Just right in the center of grifter and shithead. Is next week the week before Thanksgiving already though? Because I might be flying. No, we've got another week, right?
Huh? Next weekend is the 20th. Right?
Oh,
I think
yeah,
that is
I'll be super on a plane. Okay, we're not gonna be streaming for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Maybe we can make our glorious return by doing Duke Jr.
We need to figure out class and stuff. I feel like this is one where we can handpick class.
Oh yeah, for sure. Duke Jr. is supposed to be like a shitty team, right?
For everybody who is watching right now, thank you, first of all. And also, Duke Jr. will be our
glorious
final
return.
Our final Burled stream.
You can't say final like that. We're gonna do more Burled streams. You know that's true.
I mean, you're right, but it'll be.
Is this aspirational? Like, what's happening right now?
It's the final Burled stream of the core adventuring party that we started.
True.
Right?
True.
Yeah. Anyways, I do think I'm gonna make us muscle tees of Aaron.
Honestly, Aaron might be the best drawing I've ever done. Like, it's actually a character drawing. You know what I mean? Like, some of our drawings are just drawings of characters, whereas Aaron is a character drawing. You know what I mean?
We really imbued him with the spirit of CrossFit.
I hate this stream. All right, bye, internet.
Bye.